Hey guys, it's Christina here, just getting myself a little bit comfortable. It's Friday here in Tasmania and it is chilly. We've had a couple of warm days and then of course it gets chilly after that. So introduce new seasonal virtual gifts. I don't even know what that is. Thanks Facebook, I don't really need it right now. I feel like it's time that I start talking about this. I have been talking about it a little bit, but I feel that it's actually time that I talk about it more. And I've been feeling this for a little while. So I've been having conversations around MTHFR and just sitting with what are my beliefs around it? What are my thoughts and feelings around it? All of that type of stuff. Now, one of the things that I see happening, hey Belinda, one of the things that I see happening all of the time is that there is this negative vibe around our bodies. There's this negative message around our bodies that when things are maybe outside of what we would consider normal right now, that there is this message that you're broken, that there's something wrong with you. And I'm going to say this, but please know I'm saying it with love. And please know that I'm articulating something in a way that I'm learning to articulate. So I might be a bit clunky as I'm articulating it. But when it comes to MTHFR, so for those of you who don't know, MTHFR is how we refer to a particular gene mutation that has taken place within the body. And so that the big long name is like methyltrexate hydrodate reductase, something else. I've missed folate reductase in there. So essentially what it means is if you've got a mutation on the MTHFR gene, then, and there are multiple genes, we look at 2 of them, but there's actually like 30 different ones. So if you have a mutation on this particular gene or this particular gene mutation, then what happens is that that gene is responsible for creating an enzyme, and that enzyme is responsible for breaking down folate. And if you have a mutation on that gene or several of those genes, then the enzyme that you make is not as proficient depending on the level of your mutation and which gene you've got a mutation of making that enzyme in order for you to break down the folate and turn it into methylfolate, which is the usable form of folate within our body, knowing that folate itself is a synthetic product that is made in a lab and methylfolate is what is naturally found in food. So if you've got a mutation there, you can have all sorts of different problems go wrong. You might find that you suffer from things like anxiety and depression. You may have autism. You may have ADHD disorder. You may have any of those types of things, along with heart conditions, liver detoxification problems, all sorts of different things. It can create a whole range of sort of problems within your body. Now, we have some experts in the field. You know, Ben Leach is one of those experts. There are others that are experts in the field of the MTHFR sort of study and information. Now, I was just speaking with a friend a few minutes ago, and she mentioned that she'd read Ben Lynch's book, which is called Dirty Genes. And my initial response, and this was part of the prompting for talking tonight, is that I'm feeling like I'm at that space where I want to talk out about this and I want to speak out about it and I want to say stuff. And what I want to say is that even the idea of like, I don't get me wrong, I love Ben Lynch. His work is amazing. And of course we, want to do that. But it's this word, this vibration again around our bodies being broken, like dirty genes. The premise is there that you've got something wrong with your genes and that your genes are dirty. And it just doesn't sit right for me. And it doesn't sit where I've been led to go when it comes to health. And where I'm and again, it's not that I negate the information that he's providing, it's the message that comes through. And it comes through not just for him, it comes through in so many different ways that our bodies are broken, that there's something wrong with them. But my fundamental belief is that it's not broken and you're not broken. That if there is something that's going on, then there is perhaps a greater reason for that. And we need to investigate and look. And that can we look at it in a different way, that perhaps this is for us, versus it being against us. And from the perspective of much of the teaching around MTHFR, a lot of it is that you've got a problem, your body just doesn't do that thing, and we've got to, make up for a deficiency that your body actually has. And again, that kind of doesn't feel right for me, because for me, again, I come back to that place of like, when there is disease within the body, when there's something going on within the body that seems like an imbalance. And again, hi everybody who's watching. Thanks for coming and joining me. Feel free to leave a comment and so on in the comment section. And if you've got any questions, please feel free to ask them. But it doesn't really sit right with me when we're looking at the body as a broken vessel, when I think of the body as an amazing vessel that leads us back to wholeness. And I've just been playing with this. I've been letting it ruminate and been letting myself be guided by the divine on this particular subject. And I want to approach it this way, that if you have MTHFR, if you have a gene mutation like that, and many of the others that are out there, that you're not broken. And perhaps it's for you versus against you. Now, when we take that approach, for me, I think those people with MTHFR are not the broken people. They are the people who are meant to lead us back to divine health and wellness, interacting with the land and the world around us in the way that we were meant to originally. The way that we were meant to. Because if you've got MTHFR, you are the Ferrari of the humans. We don't put crap in your engine because your body can't handle the crap. You are a high performance machine that can only have the amazing fuel that is the best food on the planet, which ultimately is the way that we all should be living. It's just that your body has said, I'm not going to be normal. I'm not going to allow trash to turn into gold. I'm looking at the good food, the nutritious food, getting back to organic leafy green vegetables, getting back to walking barefoot on the planet, getting back to interacting with the sun and the sea and the water, and connecting back in with, managing stress levels, connecting back in with fermented foods and all of the things that we were actually made for. We weren't made for this Frankenstein food that we find in a supermarket. We weren't made for things like, oh, hey, Jazzy. We weren't made for all of the crap that we get told is actually normal. And these people with MTHFR, their bodies just know it. Their bodies just know that they're not made for that rubbish. They're not made for second-class food. They're not made for food that's meant to be, well, this shouldn't even be classed as a food. Seriously, guys. It's like so chemically made in a lab. Should not even be classed as food. They're not made for that. They're made for awesome, amazing, nutritious, nourishing food. And their bodies have just said, we won't tolerate it. And so for me, when I look at somebody with MTHFR, yeah, there's some things that I need to think about for them. But all of the things I need to think about is teaching them how to get back to the natural way of living, how to get back to eating whole foods as their form of nutrition versus bringing in supplementation to try and fill up for nutritional flaws. I need to get back to teaching them how to use herbal medicine as their, most used form of medicine for their life. I need to get back to teaching them how to understand how minerals are really important. I need to get back to teaching them how to use food as their supplementation. I need to get back to teaching them that homeopathics are amazing for their bodies because their bodies are sensitive and respond accordingly to those things. I need to get back to empowering them and teaching them how to live a holistic, natural life and let go of the garbage bullshit stories that says drinking Coca-Cola is normal and therefore you're being deprived if you can't have that and Tim Tams and all of the other stuff. Need to get back to reminding them that eating fresh fruit and vegetables and meats and food off of the land is the best food on the planet for them. And they are Ferraris and they need high power food. That's what I need to get back to teaching them when I'm working with those patients. It's not that they're broken. It's that their bodies have got a crap radar and they're not going to tolerate any more of that rubbish. And their body is just communicating back to them that message. Sorry, we love you too much to tolerate this. We can't work in subpar conditions. Let's put in the optimal fuel for an optimal performance. And so for me, when I'm looking at someone with MTHFR, I'm not looking at a broken person. I'm looking at a leader in health, because these people are designed to lead us back to natural living, to lead us away from the GMOs, to lead us away from the chemical-laden foods, to lead us away from the food that comes in a box where it's more nutritious to eat the box than it is to eat the thing that's in the box. They're the leaders for that. And the more and more we follow that, all of us, not just those that have a body that says we won't tolerate it, all of us, the more healthy we will be. The more we're able to get away from some of the medications that we've learnt to live with. Some of the stuff that we're told is a must. The more we all follow it, the better off we'll be, and we'll have much more divine health. And so again, if you have MTHFR, you are not broken. Your body is not broken. Your genes aren't broken and busted. You aren't somebody that needs fixing. You are somebody that needs to listen to your body, go back to the whole way of being when it comes to food. And that in itself is a journey. But it's about getting back to whole food, natural food, using things like homeopathics, plant medicine, all of that to actually lead you into divine health and being. And if we all followed you, we'd all be healthy too. All right, that's it for me today. I want to talk about this for more and forever, because that's really the way that I look at health, is that you're not broken. It's just trying to communicate with us, and it's trying to tell us something. And if we follow it, there's so much we can learn. All right, have the most amazing day ever, and I'll catch you later. See you soon.